Did Jesus have descendants? Well, there is a tradition told in Eusebius's Historia Ecclesiastica, a 4th century work about early church history, compiled around 313 AD through 326 AD. Now, obviously, Jesus didn't have direct descendants, but these descendants are from Jude, the brother of Jesus. Now, I understand the status of Jude, being a biological brother, is not an interpretation recognized by the Catholic and Orthodox churches, but Jude is still recognized as a brother of Jesus, even if you don't accept the biological interpretation. Now, the story is about Jude's grandchildren, as in Book 3, chapters 19 through 20 states. But when this same Domitian had commanded that the descendants of David should be slain, an ancient tradition says that some of the heretics brought accusation against the descendants of Jude, said to have been a brother of the Savior according to the flesh, on the ground that they were of the lineage of David and were related to Christ himself. Hegesippus relates these facts in the following words. Of the family of the Lord there were still living the grandchildren of Jude, who is said to have been the Lord's brother according to the flesh. Information was given that they belonged to the family of David, and they were brought to the Emperor Domitian by the Evocatus. For Domitian feared the coming of Christ as Herod also had feared it. And he asked them if they were descendants of David, and they confessed that they were. Then he asked them how much property they had or how much money they owned. And both of them answered that they had only 9,000 denarii, half of which belonged to each of them. And this property did not consist of silver, but of a piece of land which contained only 39 acres, and from which they raised their taxes and supported themselves by their own labor. Then they showed their hands, exhibiting the hardness of their bodies and the callousness produced upon their hands by continuous toil, as evidence of their own labor. And when they were asked concerning Christ and his kingdom, of what sort it was and where and when it was to appear, they answered that it was not a temporal nor an earthly kingdom, but a heavenly and angelic one, which would appear at the end of the world when he should come in glory to judge the quick and the dead, and to give unto every one according to his works. Upon hearing this, Domitian did not pass judgment against them, but despising them as of no account, he let them go, and by a decree put a stop to the persecution of the church. But when they were released, they ruled the churches because they were witnesses, and were also relatives of the Lord. And peace being established, they lived until the time of Trajan. These things are related by Hegesippus. Tertullian also has mentioned Domitian in the following words. Domitian also, who possessed a share of Nero's cruelty, attempted once to do the same thing that the latter did. But because he had, I suppose, some intelligence, he very soon ceased, and even recalled those whom he had banished. The names of Jude's grandsons are Zochar and James, which are also attributed to Hegesippus. Judas Kyriakos, who was the 15th bishop of Jerusalem, who lived beyond Bar Kokhba's revolt and up to about the 11th year of Antoninus Pius's reign. He is mentioned as Jude's great-grandson, and is the last surviving descendant of Jude named